I've got a question from Guy Ferrari on Instagram. He says that he has a competition coming up soon, and he says that in the category that he's going to be competing, there are a few good wrestlers that he's going to have to deal with. And he says that he likes to play half guard, but he has trouble with wrestlers, getting under them with the half guard. And so he's wondering if I have any tips to deal with a really good base, because he's watched a couple of my videos and he's seen that I've competed against some wrestlers and I have the ability to get under him. He's wondering how to kind of get that going, and again, what kind of ideas or tips I have from half guard. So Guy, I'm not sure which one it is. Thanks for the question, brother. Let's talk about, I'm gonna give you a couple ideas to think about, because I don't wanna get too concrete with the techniques. I'm gonna show you some things that might work for you, but I don't wanna get too concrete with it, because again, your game half guard wise might be completely different than mine, but I wanna give you some ideas that might transcend whatever kind of half guard techniques you're using and help you out. So let's talk about the idea of getting under them. This is something that can be problematic. Now, the half guard, I think you're already on the right track. If you're going to go up against a tough, strong wrestler, I think half guard is going to be probably your best bet, depending on your body type. Chad's a little bit longer than me, and when Chad goes up against wrestlers, he can arm bar them. I don't have the ability to do so, right? Like with my legs and my body frame, I'm kind of stocky. So when I go up against wrestlers, if I play full guard, basically what this turns into is I don't have the dexterity or the length in my legs to move around like Chad does, and they can basically just crowd me and basically just crush me. This is what would happen if I tried to play this, and it has happened before. So most often I play a butterfly or a half guard game, and the reason I play these is because the wrestlers, a lot of times, the power of their body lies in their hip. When you say base, like what does that base mean? It means their ability to sort of ground their hips down, right? That's why they're so hard to move around, because their hips, they're so good at like basically balance, but also grounding and keeping their hips down to the ground. And with butterfly guard, this allows me the ability to start to get these hips lifted a little bit, maybe shooting up under and working from these positions. And then the half guard is the same way. The half guard allows me, if I do it right, to shoot under their legs and get my hips under their hips. And anytime I've had any success against really tough wrestlers, it's almost always come from half guard. Okay, so let's talk about the basic idea. You're saying you're having trouble getting under them. If you're having trouble getting under them, what I imagine you're probably doing is you're probably using too much upper body strength. Okay, what I mean by this is a lot of times when people start playing half guard, they get the half guard, whatever type of version you have, and they really try to use this hand position. Now, if you notice what Chad was just doing, he's probably trying to replicate a wrestler with the wizard. And with wrestlers, they'll wizard the heck out of you. And if you try to use upper body strength with their, because they'll be typically sprawled out, it's so hard. Now watch this. Chad's got everything based up. I can't pull him in with my upper body, but if I use my legs to shift, I can get up under him and create problems for him. Obviously, he'll post or whatever, but now my hips are here, and I can start to work into lower positions. So, what am I doing? I'm doing what we call a hip shovel, right? You might have another name for it, but I've talked about it in numerous videos related to the half guard, and that is basically a movement where I'm here, and if you almost want to think of it almost like a reverse hip escape, I'm shooting my hips under. Notice that my upper body does very little. I use my feet here to pull, and I can rotate. And you can literally, this is a drill that you could do like maybe in the beginning of your class or whatever, as a warm-up. That's the drill, and that's the trick. Because if we do this, like you could have someone, like there was one guy I was rolling with one time who was like 300 pounds. He had a forearm in my neck. He's pushing all this pressure here, and I'm like this stuck. My upper body's just like, I can't move. But if I can get a grip here on the back of the leg and just twist, I get him to post. Now I can start to set up different attacks. And typically what you'll do is you'll kind of do a 1-2 punch in these situations, where if like Chad is preventing me from doing much in my half guard, I use the hip shovel first to get him to post. With his weight off balance, he has to post. This allows me the initiative, and then as he tries to settle his way back, boom, I can come back in here and get to one of my half guard positions, whether it be this old school position or shooting up under to a deep half, whichever one you want to think about. So a lot of times think about starting off with that 1-2 punch using the hip shovel. Now the one sort of, I guess, concrete idea that I will give you is on the wizard. If you're up against wrestlers playing a half guard, you're going to get wizard. It's almost a guarantee. And there's a beautiful technique that you can use against the wizard that has worked really well for me over the years, because fighting mixed martial arts fighters that were wrestlers, fighting wrestlers that wanted to use that wizard and just put pressure on me, a lot of times that wizard can become a weapon for them, or for you rather. So with the arm, and I've talked about this in another video, but I'm gonna share it with you again. If you get into a situation, and this will also be helpful for your hip shovel, if he's here with his wizard, I'm going to do a regrip. So I'm gonna grab his wrist and pinch. Now, if you wanna see what that looks like, let's turn this direction here. So if you want to see what that looks like, we'll start here. So if I get here with an underhook, Chad Wizards, I'm going to take the hand and grab the wrist. If you're shorter than them arm-wise, this will be very easy. If you're longer, it's a little bit more difficult. If for some reason you can't grab the wrist, pinch the elbow. When you do grab the wrist, try to use your middle finger and thumb right at the bend of the wrist. Now, have a good grip on him. Now, again, we're saying that Chad is here really driving into me, okay? Now, a couple things that I want to do. I want to be able to pull here, and I want to be able to shift under his hips. If I try to roll, right, Chad can stop me. And especially like with his hand, he might put a forearm on my neck and just pin me down. Now watch this. With this, I can't roll back, right? Chad's stopping it. But watch what happens now. If I hip shovel under him, my hips go under him and it's so smooth, right? And again, there's been so many times where I've had a wrestler put me down in a position and I'll use this. One more time with that. So again, you can hook there. The outside hook is best for this move, but you can still do this with a regular half guard lock. But we get the wizard, we re-grip. Now, if I'm here, I'm gonna use this foot and this bite to pull under. If I've got the outside hook like this, I'll use this foot here and pull under with the feet. You can grab the leg if possible, but if not, just really focus on pulling your legs under. And notice what just happened. It shifted his hips and I can go under here. Even if I don't get that nice turn all the way, if I'm able to do this, I can still get under Chad's body here, which again, his hips are now loaded under my hips, and it's much easier to sweep him. So, as I said, there's a lot of things that you could do. The big thing is worry about using your legs and your hips to get under people first. Let the upper body come second. If the hips go, a lot of times I find that it's much easier to make my half guard work. And then the one technique that I gave you there, Guy, is to, if they whizzer you, re-grip that sucker and then use it to your advantage to sweep them. So I hope this video helps. Thank you so much for the question, brother.